What distinguishes the ISAs from the repressive state apparatus is the following basic difference. The repressive state apparatus functions by violence, whereas the ideological state apparatuses function by ideology. This is the fact that the repressive state apparatus functions massively and predominantly by repression, including physical repression, while functioning secondarily by ideology. For example, the army and the police also function by ideology, both to ensure their own cohesion and reproduction, and in the values they propound externally. In the same way, but inversely, it is essential to say that for their part, the ideological state apparatuses function massively and predominantly by ideology, but they also function secondarily by repression, even if ultimately, but only ultimately, this is very attenuated and concealed, even symbolic. If the ISAs function massively and predominantly by ideology, what unifies their diversity is precisely this functioning, insofar as the ideology by which they function is always in fact unified, despite its diversity and its contradictions, beneath the ruling ideology, which is the ideology of the ruling class. Given the fact that the ruling class in principle holds state power, openly or more often by means of alliances between classes or class factions, and therefore has at its disposal the repressive state apparatus, we can accept the fact that this same ruling class is active in the ideological state apparatuses insofar as it is ultimately the ruling ideology which is realized in the ideological state apparatuses, precisely in its contradictions. Of course, it is a quite different thing to act by laws and decrees in the repressive state apparatus and to act through the intermediary of the ruling ideology in the ideological state apparatuses. To my knowledge, no class can hold state power over a long period without at the same time exercising its hegemony over and in the state ideological apparatus. This last comment puts us in a position to understand that the ideological state apparatuses may be not only the stake, but also the site of class struggle, and often of bitter forms of class struggle.